Hi guys, welcome to another live today. I hope all of you are fine. Just try giving a like and a thumbs up with all your things, and I hope all of you have download the paper. What do you guys have today? You could just download the paper. I'll just say a quick hi to all of you first. I've written hi. Hi everyone. So I hope all of you have the paper in front of you. The paper is in the description. You can find it on Facebook, or you could find the paper in the YouTube channel in the description. So the paper could be in any of these places. You could find the paper. So you can see the paper there and you can download it. You can read it because it's really good to read the comprehension before doing it. So it's best idea to read the comprehension. So I just wanted to say a quick hi to every one of you. So hope all of you having a good Easter, not Easter. I don't know why I keep saying Easter. I hope all of you are having a really good time in your half term, enjoying half term break. And what else can I say? Hi to everyone. As I said a quick hi to all of you now. So if you guys are ready, we can start sharing the screen now. I'll start sharing the screen. Hi guys, hope all of you can hear me now. Can you all hear me now? Just wanted to say a quick hi to all of you. If you were unable to hear me before, I'm sorry about that. I hope all of you can hear me. Just say, send me a thumbs up and say you can hear me. Can you all hear me? If you want, I can zoom in a little bit for you guys. Yes, you can. Okay, that's good. I will zoom in the comprehension for you. As I was telling before, the comprehension, you can hear the comprehend, you can read the comprehension from the description. In the description, we have the comprehension. You can do it in Facebook or in YouTube. You can read the comprehension. So let me zoom in the poem a little bit. Today we have a poem comprehension because poem comprehension is something I have seen all of you struggling in the poem comprehension. And can I switch to computer, please? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. So it's a poem comprehension. Do you guys want to be live here? I can invite you guys if you want to do the comprehension. If you want to do it, so I'll just send you guys a link if any one of you want to come live with the comprehension, do the comprehension with us. The link is here. You can click on it and you all one of you can join so we can do the comprehension. Let me zoom in a little bit. I think the comprehension is not zoom a little bit. Is it zoom in? Okay. So if you know the comprehension, this is the comprehension, the way through the words. And they shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have undone it again. Now would never know. Before they planted the trees, it is underneath the corpus and head. Let's see if this person can read for you guys. Just tell me if you can read you can listen to the reader. Oh, why did you say it 70 years ago? It's 70 years ago. So this is the comprehension. It's what I think so. There's something going wrong. I have two people who wanted to come on the stage, but it's not working. Okay. So do you guys want to read the comprehension? Let's see if this Meher, it's not working. It's something is gone wrong with it. It's not working. I can't do it. It's telling me something is wrong. I don't know what. Okay, so we are reading the comprehension now. This is a comprehension about the woods and a person saying that they shut the road through the woods. So he shut the roads before the woods. There were once a road through the woods before they planted the trees. So before they planted the trees, they had some problem in the woods. So it's saying that, let's see here. It's saying that there was a road. If you read the comprehension, it tells you that they shut the road through the woods 17 years ago. So 17 years ago, what they did, they actually shut the road through the woods, and instead of that, they planted some trees there before they planted the trees. So before they planted the trees, there was a road. So this was something in the comprehension it said. So now let's start doing it. So it says that on the keeper scenes, there was a ring drop bronze and the so it's all about, let's see if this person. Yet, if you enter the woods of a summer evening late, when the night air cools and the swans ring pools, when the otter whistles his mane, the fear not men in the woods, because they see so few. So, if you read the comprehension, all of you would have seen that it's something related to. So, if you read the comprehension, I heard you before, I can hear you now. That's good. So this is basically telling you about the comprehension. If you read the comprehension carefully, you would have come to know that this comprehension is about a person talking about before the trees were built, there was a road through the woods. So let's go with the first question. All of you have the comprehension with you. If you want, I can ask this voice to speak the comprehension. I don't know if this voice is heard by you guys. Just tell me if you can hear the voice when this person reads. So this is a comprehension. Let's go with the first one. First one is in the comprehension when you have, I'll tell you a trick. In the comprehension, normally the first three questions are always from the beginning. So always remember that and try answering your answers. So let's look at the first one. The first one is what was shut? So the first question they're asking you, what was shut? So what do you think was shut? What do you think the answer would be for this one? What do you guys will answer? So what do you think was shut? Anyone? So the first question they are asking you, what was shut? So what do you think would be shut? If you guys have read the comprehension carefully, and remember one thing, when you're writing the answer from the comprehension, always don't just write uh, your answer blah 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 was shut. Never do that. So you have to give a proper answer saying that the thing that was shut in the poem was, this is the way how you start. So always be careful about your starter of the sentence, and always it should be a capital letter. The mistake what I did, don't do that. The thing that was shut, poem was a road through the woods. So this is the way how you guys should answer that. Answer your answers. You should always write something from the poem what they're asking you before answering it. So you should always write that the thing that was shut in the poem was a road through the woods. Full stop. Yeah, this is the way you should write. Good, Meher. The thing that was shut in the poem was the road. Let's move on to the second one. Second one is also one marker. So again, your answer would be one mark. What was in the woods before the trees were planted? Again, is the same thing. They're asking you the same question again. You will say that before the trees were planted, there was a road in the woods. So is actually the same answer. What do you wrote for the sorry, for the first one? Yeah, is a road is again is the same one for the first one. Second one and first one have the same answer. You guys are right. So let's move on to the third one now. What does catering means? Catering. What does it mean? So let's look at the meaning of the word. Oh, I should take the E. Catering means a piece. So you know, it's a catering is a term used in horse riding and refers to a specific way of moving, a gant or way of moving for a horse. So it's basically a way you move the horse. That means catering. So let's write the answer for the next one. Remember, guys, how you all are supposed to be writing your answers. So you need to write what does this means. Catering is a term used in horse riding horse riding and refers a specific way of moving for a moving. Oh, my horse spellings are wrong. Sorry about that. So this means for the word catering. So next question is, we did this one. Number 4 is, name the three animals Kipling wrote about. So what are the three animals they have mentioned in the poem? So think about the four animals they mentioned in the poem. So there are three types of animals he had referred in the poem. You have to think about the animals and write about them. So what do you think are the three animals he mentioned in his poem? So what are they? I would say the first, I'll give you an example about them. I'll write down the animal's name, but you all have to describe them. First animal he did was a, oh, it's ring. There are three animals mentioned, not four. So we are going to tell three animals which are mentioned. Ring dove, and the third one is the otter. So what are the animals which are mentioned in the poem? Ring, dove, batches, and otter. These are the three animals which are mentioned in the poem. So, ring dove, the poem mentioned the ring dove that broods in the wood. The ring dove is characterized by a ring shape making around its neck. So, you have to think about, let's go to the poem and see how did they wrote about the ring dove. Let's go back to the poem, zoom back a little bit. Here you go. Our first animal, what they mentioned is, when the ring roads and the bridges roll at ends. This is your number one. What we said, ring dove. Number two is batches. Let me find down batches. Where are they? Must be in the top then. And last one is otter. I can see otter here. So this is the first one he mentioned. Second is keeping reference bridges rolling at ease of the woods. Bridges are mammals known for their strong bodies. I'm just looking where are they because I saw them somewhere. Batches, BAT. They also a horse, yeah. A batches is a horse and a drove. Yeah, you're good. So you have to think about how did they mention all of these animals, what we just told you. So there are three animals they did: ring drove, batches, and otter. Ring drove is they I think so they also referring to the horse. Batches is Kepling reference batches rolling at ease in the woods. Batches are what are batches? If you want to know what they are, I can just Witches are basically, oh, so basically, what are they? They are heavily built. They are really heavily built mammals of the we will. They are basically a mammal type of thingy, and they have a gray and a black coat. They look like they're wearing a gray and a black coat. Yeah, there is also a horse. You're right. And what is a otter means? Let's see what a otter. So it's basically a fish eating. It eats fish. Is a fish eating mammal of the again from the Weissel family. And whatever body does it has a dense fur and a whip feet. It has a dense fur. Fur is really dense, like a dog maybe. So you have to describe these three type of animals in this because in your own words. Remember that everything what it's they say you have to do it in your own words. You can't just write down what they exactly say from the poem itself. Number 5 now. Number 5, they are saying list three words that describe moments in the poem. This poem. There are three words which describe moments in the poem. What are the three words? Remember that it keeps saying that when there was a road there, this happened. When there was a road, when now they only have forest. So if you have forest, you know that when you have forest you will have limited excess of human nature. So if there is not excess of human nature, there will be not so much of limited human presence, so the human presence would be limited. So the things what are mentioned in the poem are, let's write down. Number 1, you could talk about limited human presence. Human presence is limited. Number 2 is natural environment. Because there are less human, that's why the environment would be natural. That's why they're describing so many animals and natural life there. And the third thing you could say is, oh, what am I doing? Familiarity with few counters. Encounters. And now you have to describe these things on your own. So now limited human presence, you have to write down about limited human presence. How was there was limited human presence? Because the poem mentions that the animals fear not to men in the woods because they see so few. So it's already said in the poem. If you look at the poem, if I go back to the poem for you guys, it says in the poem, if you look, the poem mentions that fear not to, it says that word. I read this. See, they fear not to men in the woods because they see so few. So this line, what I have highlighted here, this line will give you the answer for number 6 what we guys are doing, because it does say that it says that, see, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. So this tells you about limited human presence. So if you have to describe this one, limited human presence, you would start with the three animals. Sorry, the poem suggests that the animals in the wood, such as the ringdove and the otter, are unafraid of men due to the encounter. There are reasons why these animals in the woods may not fear humans. So basically, they're asking you the reasons. You have to tell three reasons why these people, these animals, are not scared of humans. Now, because the reason you could say is one of the reasons what I highlighted here is this one. They, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. So they see limited presence of human in this one. And then the next one, what I told you was the natural environment. The woods are portrayed as a place where the animals can live undisturbed because there's no human nature, there's no humans, and so the animals can live without being scared. So when you read a comprehension of a poem one, especially a poem one, you have to think about the things. You have to think about these things. Oh, guys, we missed one. I'm giving you the answer for the one we missed. Sorry, we forgot to do number five. Why are the animals in the woods afraid of? Well, the answer what I'm giving you guys is about this one. So I'll move this on the top. So this is the answer for the pre on number five. What you guys missed, because they're asking you in this one, why the animals in the wood unafraid of men? So these are the three reasons why they were afraid. They are not afraid of men. Is that limited human presence, natural environment, familiarity with human encounter. So this is the reason for number five. What we were doing, that was not number six. Sorry about that. That's number five. So number five, they're asking you, why are the animals in the wood afraid of men? So you say that the animals in the wood were afraid of men because they were limited human presence, and we can support this by the lines given in the poem, which says that fear not men in the woods because they see so few. These lines tell us that there was limited human presence. And natural environment, you could write about this one also. Natural environment, the wood are portrayed as a place where the animals can live undisturbed. So, natural environment, they could live undisturbed here. Yes, they can, because there was no humans there, and there was woods and everything. That's why there was natural environment for the animals to live in without any disturbance. And then familiarity with few encounters. In this one, you could say that the animals in the woods have likely encountered humans rarely. So they could not see humans at all. The only thing what you guys are going on mentioning is a horse. You could talk about the horse after that or something like that. But these are the three things you have to relevate. You have to write about this thing in your answer to get it. Now we'll move on number six, what we were doing before. I missed number five before, so now let's move on to number six. Number six, they are saying list three words that describe moments in the poem. So you have to think about the words which describe the moments in the poem. The three words, and also remember that in the poem, when you have something like this, you all have to give your answers also, because none of you are giving me the answers. So, what do you think? There are three things in the poem. What are the three words that describe moments in the poem? So, you again have to go back to the poem and see. Let's go back to the poem. And we need three words which define the moments in the poem. So, let's go back to the poem. And now we'll be describing three words. So, let's see. First word I would say is, let's see which one. I'll rub out for the other one. It says something about the beat of horses' feet, something like that. Let me find that. Because you guys are so much into horses, so I should find that one for you all. Yeah, the first one you could say that is, you will hear the beat of the horse's feet, the beat of the horse's feet. This one describes you about the beat. The poem mentions the beat of the horse's feet as someone rides through the misty, so this river suggests a rhythmic movement. The beat of the horse's feet, what does this word basically refer to? This word basically refers to, I would go back here and write down the first one, number 6. Number 1, in number 6 would be the beat. And I would say that the poem, again, remember the way you are doing, you need to give your answers with examples from the poem itself, then only you'll get good marks. The poem mentions, what does the poem mention? Which I just told you guys. The beat of the horse's feet. So what does this refer to? This word suggests, what does this suggest? This suggests arithmetic ethic and audible movement. So we found out the first one. What do you think about the second one? What do you will say about the second one? Second one is also, I'll find in the poem for you guys. First is the beat, and you'll be looking for the second one now. And the switch of the skirt of a draw. So this one is another thing you could say is switch. And why does the poem mention? The poem mentions the swish of the skate in the dew as the horse moves through the woods. So it makes a sound. So this is basically refers to the sound what the horse makes in the wood. So this is the sound what the horse makes in the wood. And the second thing is catering, cantering. And I saw that catering is also there. Here you go. Steady catering though. So the third one is, guys, you can also have a different answer than this one, but these are the three things. Catering. What does this refer? Catering represents a smooth and rhythmic movement of a horse. Basically, the horse, the control, the speed the horse controls is for this one. So let's move on back where we're writing the answers. So we know the first one. Second one, you all can write yourself. That's an easy one. Number two. Number two. Number two is swish. Oh, what did I do here? And number three is the one which I told you we'll write. So number two, you can write on your own. And number two is referring to. So all these three things refer to the horse basically. Catering represents a smooth. What does that represent? It represents a smooth and rhythmic, rhythmic movements of the horse. And you could also give your own, like I think so some of you are giving. So they're saying catering represents a smooth and rhythmic movement of the horse. So these are the three things they referred, and you could also write your own thing. What do you think? Like one of you have just written here, bees, rose, and swish. Yes, you can also write that. That's right. But remember, you just don't need to write it down. You also have to give example to support your answer. Because when you support your answer, then only you get really good marks. So let's move on to the next one. Do you think this is a rhyming poem? If you think it is, you have to give answer to support that. If you don't think it's not, then also you have to support your answer. So what do you think this is? It's a rhyming poem? No, it's not a rhyming poem. It is written in a few verses. You would say that it just talks about the nature, the absence of a constant rhythm scheme gives the poem a more natural and flowing structure. And but this poem doesn't have it. It just keeps talking about the horse. What else it talks about? So again, if you think it is a rhyme poem, you have to support the answer to give that. I feel it's not, so I will stick to it's not, and I'll say that it is not a rhyming poem. And why I support that, because it's written in free verse, and it's not written in a not written specific rhyme scheme or pattern. So that's my answer for this one. So let's move on to number 8. Number 8, they're asking you, who might they be in line 1 and 6? So you have to look at the lines now again. What are they in lines 1 and line 6? So what do you think are the things they are asking? Who might they be? So who do they refer to they? So what do you think they refers to? They refers to basically to the people because they keep on saying they. And if you look at the lines, let's look at line one and see. See, they shut the roads through the woods. What do you think is they here? You guys have read it throughout the poem. So they shut road through the woods. What do you mean by they shut the road through the woods? So who are they is refer to the people here. Obviously, you know that. So you have to think that. And the next thing in line six also they said the same thing before they planted the trees. So what are these they in these two lines? Who are they? Why has the author they in the first one they in refers to the in this one they shut the roads through the woods. In this one he might be talking about the authorities because the authorities are the one which give you permission to build the roads or to close the roads or do everything. In this one you would say that these are the authorities, and on this one before they planted the trees, in this one he might talk about the individuals who plant the trees in the woods. The line suggests the so must be about the people who plant, could be a gardener, could be anything else. But this one, they showed the road through the woods. In this one, he's referring to the authorities and everything else. So you could write that. So let's go back now. So you would be talking about both the lines here. I won't write the full lines because you guys know the lines. I've just told you. In line one, they could be referred, he could refer to the people or individual who are responsible for closing the road through the woods. And the next one is another line, line 6. Before they planted the tree, in this they refers to the individuals who planted the trees in the wood, or could be the gardener as you guys just said, or that could also be the gardener. Yes, it could also be they could be the gardeners as they plant the trees because they are the one who plant the trees. They could be the gardeners also. Number 9 now. Number 9, they're asking you, why do you think the wildlife in the wood is described in such details? Why you think he keeps describing the wildlife so much in the poem throughout? So why you think the reason he has described the wildlife so much in the poem? What could be the reason? He's going on describing the wildlife. He's like going on saying about the wildlife so much. What do you think? So what do you think he is talking about the wildlife so much? You could say that because he might like the natural beauty, because there's natural beauty there. There's nothing else except the natural beauty left. So you could say that the natural beauty, so there's nothing left there except the natural beauty because there's no road, nothing. Second thing was you would say that the contrast and the absence. Con- Contrast, oh, it should be yes, wait. Contrast and absence, it basically means that the presence of diverse and thrilling animal life emphasizes the loss of caused by the closure of the road. Because there were wildlife living there, because of the close of the roads, there are only wild, there are only trees and things like that. So you could describe that. And second, you could also say that the detailed wildlife imaginary supports the poem theme of loss, the passage of time. So you could also describe about the loss. So you could also describe about the detailed loss wildlife, that he's always describing about the wildlife because he is little confused, like if there was road, how would we have gone through all the things he's keep on repeating again and again. So you would say that the detailed wildlife imaginary support the poem. He's imagining a lot. The detailed wildlife, so the wildlife imagery support the poems, the poems themes of loss, the passage of time. So that's why maybe he liked natural beauty a lot. Could be any of the reasons. Could that also be one of the reasons? So you could write this about yourself. This answer you could just write about in your own self. This answer is, so now they're asking you, why was the words through the words are repeated 5 times? So why do you think the word is used 5 times in the poem through the woods? Again, it replies to the same thing that the lost road, because the road doesn't, he doesn't know where the road ends, because there's no, he can't see the road. And creating rhythmic flow, the repetition adds a rhythmic quality of the poem, establishing contributes the poem's musical and enhanced sonic effect. So it gives you a sonic effect. So you could write that. Let me take this one again. So first off thing you would write about the lost road. Oh, Lost road. You need to describe that further. Number two is creating rhythmic flow. This repetition contributes to the poem's musical, and it's not a rhythmic poem, but he wanted to create a rhythmic atmosphere of the poem, repeating the words of again and again, all these things. And number two is through the words creates a sense of longing for what has been lost. So we could also describe that in the same thing. And you would also say that the repetition of through the woods echoes the passage of time. It emphasizes the changing nature of the woods and the road appearance over 70 years. So you would say that symbolizing passage of time. What do you mean by passage of time? Because the time has gone, and towards the time, these are the things which were everywhere. I mean, you could see the road that was 17 years ago, but now the only thing you could see here is how the author keeps telling about the lost road, about there was a road there, all these things. So you have to describe this in your own words about why they have been repeating these things so many times. What is a sonic effect? Sonic effect, you have to do a research because I can't tell you right now, because there are a lot of things about poems once which you will learn when you grow up a little bit. Okay, now you guys are going to answer this for me. Explain why you like or you do not like the poem. Write 3 or 5 sentences. It will help to write about the images and the languages of the poem. So, what are the things you like about the poem and you don't like about the poem? What do you don't like about the poem? So, you have to think about it and tell me about 5. Explain why you like the poem and why you don't like the poem. So let's see what you guys write now. That's the last question for today for you all. So try telling me what do you like and you don't like about the poem. So this is something all of you can like about the poem and you don't like about the poem. Let's see what you guys are writing. Repetition. You don't like the word repetition. Yeah, that could be one of the things. You don't like through the words. It's like a reader, it's so boring for you. So one of the things could be repetition. Another thing, so what could be the other thing? I do not like the setting. But you just saying I don't like the setting. You can't just say that. You have to give example for everything you support. So remember that you have to keep giving examples about everything what you like and you don't like. Like where the story takes place. Where does the story take place? It's not a story, it's a poem. You didn't come to know that you were doing a poem. So think about that again. Anything else you don't like? So I'll leave this question for you all to write on your own. Okay, I'll stop sharing the screen now. I'm going to share something else with you all to show you before we end so that you know that what we're doing. Let me share my screen for you all. Okay. I said I'll leave that. This is a program what we have started that's called 11 plus Smart 11 plus test. You just have to log in to 11 plus Help to Success website. And after you guys log into 11 plus Help to Success website, you just have to go to Smart 11 plus portal. Click on that. You just have to make an account if you don't have. Let's see if I make an account. The account is already made. Okay. Let's make an account. And I'll just write down any here. I'm just using a random email address just to make an account. Account created. And after you guys create an account, can you see? Oh, it's not going on the next screen. Wait. Let me stop sharing screen for a minute. I'll just tell you. Wait. I'll just stop sharing the screen for a minute and I'll just take you how to. When you go to 11 plus Help to Success website, you just have to make an account there. And after you guys make an account, I'll show you where does it take you. After you make an account, it just takes you to a screen like this. It takes you to a screen like this and it tells you about all the courses which are there. And you look at the courses, you have Smart 11 plus Year 4, 11 plus Vocabulary, or Smart plus Year 5. So you could log into anyone you think you can. So if I log into this one, Year 5 one, because some of you are in Year 5 and some of you are not in Year 5. You can see all the quizzes they have here. So if you go here and you just see it, it's Smart 11 plus ratio test, and you have Smart plus Year 5 verbal reasoning test. All these tests are here. You can just go in any of the tests and start doing it. There are so many tests for you guys. They have the area parameter test for the end term. They have algebra. They have verbal reasoning. They have ratio. You could just click on any of the tests you guys want to do. And then after doing this, you can just start. So let's try starting any one of them. Let me start area parameter. Done. And then you will just have the questions here. And the best thing about these tests are the timer is here, so you can just do it. I'll just write down any random answer. And then go on the next one and just keep doing it. And if you get it wrong, they also tell you the reason why you got it wrong, and you can also improve it. So this is something which I wanted to tell you guys, something really good. Just do it, subscribe to it, and then you will enjoy it. I hope today's session was helpful. And if you guys are doing a lot of you're doing things like this, so you have to be really careful the way you answer your questions and the way I've told you guys to answer your questions and the way you do it. I'll see you guys next week. Let me know what videos you want us to do next week on a Friday. We'll do that for you guys. That's all for today, guys. And thank you for joining for today. And I'll see you next week.